Now's the time to start considering how to guard your plants and crops against the bitterly cold winter. With snowstorms just over the horizon, imagine waking up to a cold morning only to discover your greenhouse has become a frozen tombstone. Your months of hard labour have been withering, brown, and dead without heat because the electricity has been off all night. That is exactly how everything has disappeared. Tragic, right? How then can you guard your crops when winter shows no compassion? Unbelievably, the solution comes from a straightforward, time-tested method from out of the Amish way of life. The Amish are already ready, with only the sun, some compost, and some creative design tactics utilising natural materials, while most of us are busy looking online for the newest gadgets or sophisticated heating systems. What is amazing is not just what they do, but also how they do it. If we are going full Amish, that is, if we are about to go into how these smart farmers interact with nature, not against it, to keep their greenhouses warm and their crops alive, even if the outside seems more like a freezer than a farm, then buckle up, that is, harness up. Let us first cover the foundations. The sun is your greatest and most dependable friend when trying to heat a greenhouse without power. The Amish know. 0 wires, no monthly bills, just the massive fireball in the heavens heating Earth for billions of years. They have also become rather proficient in using it. All of it starts with wise location. The Amish do not just drop a greenhouse anywhere old, not at all. They schedule it meticulously. Their greenhouses face south since the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. They thereby maximise their absorption of sunlight all during the day. Passive solar heating, that is, utilising sunshine to warm your home without depending on equipment or electricity, is this approach. And let me guess what? You are capable of this as well. Perhaps now you are wondering, OK, but what about those short, dark winter days? Excellent inquiry. That's where design of a greenhouse is quite important. Like glass or transparent plastic, the Amish choose materials that retain and keep heat. Like a nice winter coat, these fabrics let sunshine in during the day, then seal in that warmth. You are aware of how a car becomes rather heated inside after being in the sun? Similar idea here. Even when the sun sets, the floor, the plants, the pots, all absorb heat and softly release it. Indeed, in colder climes as well, this clever design may reduce heating expenses by up to 50%, thanks in part to proper materials and location. If saving for vehicle insurance would be that simple, it does not end there either. Like a thermos, the Amish typically elevate things by including double-layered walls to retain heat in, or tilted rooftops to collect more sunshine. It's like converting the whole greenhouse into an oven run on solar electricity. These greenhouses are designed to maximise whatever little light is accessible even on gloomy days. You only need a clever arrangement that understands how to exploit every light that passes through. You do not need full sun every day. The truth is that in a greenhouse, every small action helps to maintain warmth, particularly since you have erected your greenhouse to maximise every last bit of sunlight. Though it seems little, squeezing the last amount from a toothpaste tube makes a difference. And the Amish? Oh, they have rendered this into art. Thus, the next time you notice a small amount of sunlight peeping through the clouds, channel your inner Amish and ask yourself, how can I make this work for me? The response is such: create not more difficult, but wiser. And, trust me, even in winter, you'll thank yourself later on, wear sunscreen. Speaking now of being wise and efficient like the Amish, let's discuss one of their best-kept secrets. Thermal mass. I understand. It sounds like something from a high school physics lesson. But bear with me here. Without ever turning a switch, this might be one of the coolest, or should I say warmest, tips the Amish employ to heat their greenhouses. So, define thermal mass for me. In simple English, it uses materials such as bricks, stone, or water that gradually release heat at night as the temperature lowers after soaking up heat throughout the day. It's sort of like having a slow cooker for warmth. Imagine making cookies. Your kitchen stays hot for some time even after the oven is off. You preheat it. That same pleasant impact? You may carry it to your greenhouse. Unfortunately, this time there are no cookies involved, but your plants will be as content. Masters of this are the Amish. Many times, they load their greenhouses with materials that resemble little heat batteries. Imagine solid brick walls, stone flooring, and big water barrels. These grab solar heat during the day. They release that warmth gradually at night when it becomes chilly, maintaining the pleasantness of the plants even in somewhat cold outside conditions. It's like snuggling your greenhouse in with a warm blanket, only without the power cord. Would like an Amish professional tip? For thermal mass, water is among the greatest materials available. What then? Its great heat capacity allows it to absorb a ton of heat without becoming very hot too quickly. It then hangs on to that heat and gently releases it when the temperature falls. Usually found strategically around the walls, Amish greenhouses are equipped with 55-gallon water containers. These behave like little heat stores. Indeed, a few barrels will be sufficient to maintain a small greenhouse warm throughout a cold night. That represents some rather significant mileage from ordinary water. Still, you may also use dark-coloured stone, brick or clay. During the day, they softly recycle solar heat back after dusk. Enter an Amish greenhouse, and most likely you will find strong brick walls or stone walkways. Those serve double purposes, naturally helping to control the temperature, not only to appear rustic. The following is a fascinating fact. Up to 15% of the excess heating required in your greenhouse can be avoided for every square foot of thermal mass you add. That's not little savings, particularly if heating costs are rising like a holiday shopping list. The catch is, but here is, it's not about stuffing any one item in random fashion. The idea is to use objects that emit heat gradually and absorb it quite well. And with regard to colour, dark is best. Dark materials absorb more sunlight, just as your black t-shirt gets far more brilliant in the sun than your white one. So choose black bricks, stones, even deep-coloured clay pots. Bonus? In a greenhouse, they also look rather fantastic. Rustic and useful? That serves both sides. Thermal mass is not just clever. It's like that one buddy who constantly freezes and stockpiles every blanket in the house. At first, you might roll your eyes, but gradually the entire room becomes warmer, and you start to appreciate their comfortable fixation. In your greenhouse, stones and water barrels exactly do this. During the day, they absorb the heat. Then, kind as always, they share it with your plants all night long. Therefore, let your stones and water do the work before you start shelling out money on a costly heater. Cheap, environmentally friendly, most importantly, it works. Let us now discuss one of the most unexpected methods the Amish maintain the warmth of their greenhouses. Compound. Yes, good old compost. And stop that idea if your instant picture is of a stench-producing heap of rotting vegetables. Composting is a really sustainable, effective, and clean method of producing heat when done appropriately. Actually, the Amish have quite perfected one of the most intelligent natural heating techniques available. This is the reason it works. Decomposition fuels composting. Organic items such as food, wastes, straw, leaves, or manure provide heat as they break down. Imagine having a little, slow-burning campfire sitting within your compost pile. Except this fire requires logs or matches. Up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, 71 degrees Celsius, a well-run compost pile may reach. That tastes better than most teas. And the Amish discovered that, particularly on chilly evenings, arranging compost mounds either within or outside their greenhouses might assist to warm the whole area. But here's the secret. You cannot simply toss haphazard leftovers and hope for your greenhouse to turn on. Composting is a biological process in balance. and the Amish regard it as a kind of artistic medium. You want the correct balance of greens, similar to fruit and vegetable wastes, fresh grass clippings; browns, like shredded paper, straw, dried leaves; microbes, little creatures that break down everything, find the ideal habitat in this blend, and they generate heat while they work at it. It's like paying an unseen staff of little workers to warm your greenhouse while you sleep. Would like to go one step further? Arrange compost piles along the greenhouse's boundaries. As they break down, they convey warmth inside, acting as a natural heating barrier. Even more better? One can create compost bins within the greenhouse itself. In this case, the composting process warms your plants directly. Like having a heater built directly into the room, only this one operates on garden clippings and potato peels. And before you inquire, no, a good compost heap should not smell. Something is odd if it smells like a garbage dump. A pile under good management should smell earthy, like fresh dirt. Turn the pile often to keep things running free from smells and in good order. This increases air, maintains the microorganisms' happiness, and accelerates breakdown. The Amish go through their daily or weekly greenhouse schedule, including this. This is interesting. Some folks stop at applying compost for greenhouses. They have heated water tanks, outdoor showers, and even kept barns and sheds comfortable in the winter with it. Talk about running entirely in environmental mode. Composting is therefore a win-win regardless of your level of gardening activity or plain dislike of food waste. When the operation is over, it leaves rich, nutrient-packed soil for your plants and provides free heat. Oh, also include extra points for style. My shed? Oh, cow manure heats it really strongly. That starts a discussion right now. Actually, nobody enjoys a chilly draft. Not you either. Not among your plants. Not even among the Amish people. Two of the most potent instruments in the Amish winter repertoire are windbreaks and insulation. Trust me, they are far more effective than you would guess. Excellent section. You do not need any elaborate setup, costly devices, or power. Just nature. Perhaps a few straw bales as well. Starting with windbreaks, let me say. You know precisely how it feels for your plants in an unprotected greenhouse if you have ever sat in an old house on a windy night and felt that frigid draft slink through the walls. Your poor plants start to tremble as cold air seeps in and heat slides straight out. The Amish correct this by fighting nature using another nature. No electric heating sources, not any big supporters. Like trees, bushes, and hedges only. They arrange them deliberately to shield the chilly winter winds around their greenhouses. Like building a natural fence, only this one looks great and works extra hard. And if you are asking, can a few trees really make that much of a difference? The response is quite definitely yes. Up to 50% of wind speed can be slowed with a well-placed windbreaker. That is really massive. Less chilly air entering results from this, and more of that priceless warmth stays exactly where your plants need it. Besides that, windbreaks can provide a microclimate, that is, a bubble of somewhat warmer air surrounding your greenhouse. Consider it as your plants don a comfortable, undetectable winter clothing. Let us now focus on insulation. The Amish have this portion down to a science with a side of simplicity. They straw bale line the bottoms of their greenhouses in the colder months. Absolutely. Straw. Not one cable or one button. Simply large, fluffy clumps of dried grass. Just straw? Its little air pockets, which absorb heat like a natural sponge, help to explain stacked closely around a greenhouse's base. It creates a barrier that keeps warmth within and cold out. It's like tucking your greenhouse under a large, fluffy scarf. And the finest thing is still yet to be done. That same straw may be straight into your compost heap after winter is finished. Cheap, competent, reversible. That's how Amish people see things. Perhaps even more insulation is needed. The Amish employ these additional tips. You might also cover any drafty areas within the greenhouse with used wool blankets or thick fabric. Clearly, plastic sheeting should line the inside walls. Though they use it all the time, it may not feel very Amish. Like your greenhouse sporting a fluffy winter coat, try a second layer of plastic to retain heat between them. Here is also a clever visual trick. Inside the greenhouse, include dark-coloured items such as painted surfaces, brick or dark stone. During the day, they soak up more sunshine. After the sun sets, they softly radiate heat into the air. Your greenhouse seems to be glowing warm all night long and charging during the day. No plug at all. No bill of power, just intelligent design. So let trees, straw and sunlight do the heavy work instead of stuffing on the sweaters and praying your plants survive the winter. Nature's natural heating method is windbreaks with insulation, and for decades it has been working. Mother Nature has penned the guidebook. Who says you need high-tech answers when she writes? The Amish people do not rely just on sophisticated insulation and compost piles to maintain a greenhouse profitable through the winter months. Sometimes the best course of action is only selecting the appropriate plants. To be honest, planting tomatoes in January. Imagine asking a house cat to hunt a grizzly. You are looking for cold weather fighters. The Clint Eastwoods of the yard. Strong, tough crops that reject cold and continue to flourish nonetheless. The Amish follow the heavy hitters as they know not every plant can withstand the winter. Salad. Lael, vegetables, carrots. Vegetables, especially beets. Your lovely June strawberries are not these ones. These are plants that declare, we take a frost on the chin. That you obtained? The great thing is some of these crops really flourish following a frost. Consider kale. Some of its starches change into sugar to defend itself when it is pricked by the cold. The outcome is kale that is sweeter, richer, and, yes, actually more delicious. Frost could ruin your picnic plans, but for kale, it's simply Mother Nature's taste enhancer. Still, selecting appropriate crops marks only the beginning. Still another Amish trick? Sequential planting. It's like planning your garden to never cease functioning. You stagger the planting rather than planting everything at once. Certain crops are always coming in while others are only getting started. Fresh crops all year long then. Consider it like stockpiling firewood. You don't wait until you're out to go get more. Same concept here. Even in winter, your food supply is without shortages. Let me now discuss one of the hippest combinations in the Amish greenhouse playbook: cold frames in conjunction with hotbeds. These low-tech, very impactful instruments interact with nature rather than against it. First among them are cold frames. Fundamentally, a cold frame is a small greenhouse, a basic wooden or metal box with a transparent top that captures daytime sunshine and holds onto heat at night. One may be created using a few metal bits or scrap wood for the frame, an ancient window or a translucent plastic sheet for the top, and perhaps some straw bales around the outside for additional insulating value. Put it on the south side of your garden or greenhouse, where it gets the most sunlight. Voila! You have a microclimate that keeps your crops comfortable even in the dead of winter. Ideal for beginning early seeds or maintaining robust greens like as lettuce and spinach. There is then the heated bed. This one is a bit more traditional and quite brilliant. Under your planting area, a hotbed is just a layer of composting. The organic stuff generates heat as it breaks down, therefore warming the ground from underneath. Like underfloor heating, it uses manure rather than electricity. Overlooking a heated bed, stacking a chilly frame above one, that is the Amish method of greenhouse power. Heat from below, sunlight from above. Middle are plants, pleased and toasted. And once more, not even a light, not a gizmo. Just wise design and a small biological faith. So don't overthink it if you want your greenhouse to keep spewing fresh vegetables all winter long. Sort the correct crops, plant them wisely, and pick a few Amish techniques to copy, because occasionally the finest greenhouse technology is not technological at all. It is nature, time, and a touch of grit. Allow me to discuss one of the most underappreciated power maneuvers in the Amish greenhouse playbook, the hotbed. To make one, it's just basic. About 1 foot or 2 deep, dig a trench. Stuff fresh manure. Horse dung is the MVP here as it generates tons of heat down at the bottom. Cover it then with a layer of dirt. Manure breaks decomposed, releasing heat that rises up into the ground. Even if the outside temperature is less than pleasant, making a toasted little blanket for your plants to flourish beneath can help. It reminds me of central heating, solely driven by breakdown. Early spring or late fall, when you're seeking to lengthen your growth season without plugging in a single wire, this approach is extremely helpful. The worst part is that the manure is nourishing your soil even while it is heating. You're nourishing the earth, transforming your planting bed into a slow-release nutritional powerhouse, not only warming your plants. 2 advantages. 1 simple arrangement using little technology, all driven by the natural world. Sunlight from above and warmth from below cooperate like a great tag team in cold frames and hot beds. You are providing your plants with the spa treatment, not only shielding them. Here is what truly distinguishes the Amish, though. It goes beyond one ingenious hack or one lasting solution. This is a way of life, a philosophy. Still family-owned and run are over 90% of Amish farms. That is not only remarkable, that is sustainability in action. They are not doing it because it is fashionable or because they have read about it in some eco-living newsletters. They are doing it since it produces results, since it has been functioning for many generations, while the rest of us are out here Marie Kondoing our closets and gloating about having only 1 fork. The Amish are making that simple lifestyle appear easy, and maybe just a little more awesome. Not even a little of electricity. Not 1 Wi-Fi linked grow light. Not 1 Instagrammable indoor hydroponic system. Just wood, glass, sunshine, elbow oil. Maybe with a wheelbarrow loaded with manure. Their greenhouses are constructed to last. Straightforward, utilitarian, good. It is about collaborating with nature rather than about battling it. They stack thermal mass like experts do. They treat compost piles as if they were a science, as they are. They get clever. They insulate more intelligibly. And they keep expanding year-round without a single watt of power through all of it. Thus, the next time winter arrives and you are preparing for expensive heating costs and depressed, shivering plants. From the Amish greenhouse rules, grab a page. Let the sun work as it should. Let the pile of compost gather weight. Allow a little traditional knowledge to direct you, since maintaining the warmth of your greenhouse does not depend on a sophisticated system. Just a bit of knowledge, perhaps some horse excrement, not even a hint of energy. Nothing wrong here,